This is the story of Boy Meets Girl. And it might be a love poem, but it's definitely not a stripper poem. I repeat, it's not a stripper poem. So I was at this strip club, and that's when I saw her. She was a 5-foot greeting card in the most amazing envelope I've ever seen. I was this close to the stage before my fantasies, what dreamed her into being, turning my body into a T-Pain video, burning images of grinding hips in my lap like she's trying to put out a fire. Extinguishing places where puberty calls 911, and when she's done, she makes dirty feel like a baptism. She turns desire into lust-filled promises, but her legs wrap around the pole like crossed fingers behind backs. Her attraction is a lesson using smoke and mirrors. These mirrors create the image of concocted hypocrisy like Fox News and falling in love with a stripper. And I know people are gonna laugh. I think I'm blind. That I can't see past the silhouette of raw desire, as if my common sense would drown in the ocean of her smile friction, firing off emotion with each dollar tease, knowing she would please me so hard it'll make my dreams cottonmouth plantations. But there's a message in the bottleneck of her hips that whispers to my guilt and tells a never-ending story. I look closely, and I see the diamonds in her eyes have been hardened by the tailor-made civil wars fought in the pupils in her glands. Her heels hit the floor, and it sounds like she's saying, "Help me," in Morse code. And I know that she is more statement than spectacle, but I confess, I never appreciate her for the beautiful woman that she is. Like she's got this tattoo on her right calf of a caged bird, an eagle feather behind her ear, and a silver ring on her left hand to remind her that some broken promises are like bullet wounds that can never be removed. She's got a scar on her left wrist that screams, "Don't ask me about this. All you need to know is that I'm still here." She tells me her favorite color is brown, because brown is the color of humanity touched by the sun, and she hates karaoke because she can't sing. In fact, her voice is a bit irritating, but it sounds like the Rosetta Stone for struggle, and I want to save her. I want to tell her that knowing her is like capturing hope in a jar, like grabbing water from the ocean. All that's left are reminders that she existed, burnt embers of a cigarette, trapped in the cancer of could-have-beens. She's here, away from the bright lights of the city. The marquee outside says her name. We call her justice. We call her liberty. We call her peace, but her name is freedom. Have you seen her? Freedom performs nightly from 11 to 3 a.m. because her stars can only be seen at night. Please come grab a seat and see Freedom, the fantasy that makes screaming your name whispering irony at Border Patrol checkpoints. Freedom, the girl who grew up feeling the plastic pressure of being molded into Disney princesses. Freedom puts up with our abuse because she doesn't believe anyone else will love her. When freedom takes the fall, we're the ones who wear the bruises. When freedom is arrested, we're the ones who wear the handcuffs. And when freedom strips for an audience, we become stripped of a promise in our humanity we can never keep. Freedom wants to show us one essential truth. She doesn't need saving. We do.